Buenos dias! I had a great dream last night. I dreamt I passed all of my exams, and then I became captain of the soccer team. I hope this was a premonition. Anyhow, what time is it? Oh no! I forgot to set my alarm clock. I can't be late. I have to be ready to do my schoolwork a las 9. And I have 3 exams today. Historia, Matemáticas, y Física. Well then, it's a good thing I just got new tires for my bike. And I can't say no to a good challenge, right? So what do you say, guys? Are you with me? Awesome! Let's go! We're okay. We're okay. Hola, mi gente! Today is all about what a day in your life as a student is like. We're going to look at what you learn and when you learn about it. Let's do this together, and you'll see that by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to name and describe the subjects that you are learning and to talk about your schedule using the time. Are you ready? ¡Vámonos! Okay, let's start by looking at some of the subjects that you might be learning. We're going to be working together on this one. My part is to tell you what the subject is about and what it's called in English. Your part is to try to guess what the subject is called in Spanish. Now, don't tell anyone I told you this, but the subjects' names are very similar in English and in Spanish. So, cognates are the key to guessing the answer. Also, remember that taking notes during the lesson is always very helpful. Are you ready? Here we go. My part. In this class, you learn about the Earth, its atmosphere, its natural features, and the people living in different parts of the world. It's geography. Now, your part. Try to guess how to say geography in Spanish. That would be geografía. Did you get it right? Say it with me. Geografía. Number 2. In this class, you learn about life and living things like plants, animals, bacteria, viruses, cells, and other organisms, and of course, the human body. It's biology. Now, for your part, how do you think we say biology in Spanish? Let me give you a hint. If geography is geografía, then biology is biología. Good try. Let me say it again and then repeat after me. Biología. Number 3. In this class, you study written works of art. They're imaginative and creative and come in different forms like poetry, plays, short stories, novels. It's literature. So, how would you say literature in Spanish? Want another hint? Okay. If culture is cultura, then literature would be literatura. Good job. Literatura. Say it with me. Literatura. Let's do one more. In this class, you study the composition and properties of different substances that make up things in our world. you learn how these substances interact with each other and then the environment. It's chemistry. So, how would you say chemistry in Spanish? This one is a little bit trickier, but I can tell you that the word in Spanish is more similar to chemical than chemistry. Think about it. The answer is química. Good thinking. The spelling is different because we need to preserve the k sound, which in this case is QU in Spanish. Like when you say, ¿qué? What? ¿Qué? It's spelled QUE. Química. Say it with me. Química. One more time. Química. Now, let me ask you, ¿cómo son tus clases? What are your classes like? I'm going to say it again. ¿Cómo son tus clases? I'm sure you have your feelings and opinions about each course you take. We all do. Maybe algebra is challenging to you. You feel constantly divided and you can't come to terms with this class's expression. So you may describe it as difficult, difícil. While chemistry, that might be your thing. You're in your element and your energy easily bonds with the subject. And so you may describe it as easy, fácil. So, if I ask you, ¿cómo es tu clase de historia? What would you say? Go ahead and think about 2 words to tell me what your history class is like. Maybe you want to say, mi clase de historia es fascinante, fascinating, extremely interesting. Repeat this sentence with me. Mi clase de historia es fascinante. Let's try it again. ¿Cómo es tu clase de cívica? Civics? Mi clase de cívica es sorprendente, surprising. Again, repeat it with me. Mi clase de cívica es sorprendente. Now, use the sentence, mi clase de blank es blank to try to describe some of your classes. Pause the video here and choose one of the classes on the left and an adjective on the right to make your own sentences. You have many options. Práctica, hands-on. Divertida, fun. Emocionante, exciting. Interactiva, interactive. And even aburrida, boring. Excellent job! Now, let's move on to see how these classes are spread out throughout your day, because managing your schedule is an important part of keeping up with your academic work. So, with that in mind, I have one last question for you. ¿Cuál es tu horario de clases? ¿Cuál means what or which? We'll get into the details of that in a later lesson. And horario means schedule. It comes from the word hora, hour. So, what do you think this question is asking? ¿Cuál es tu horario de clases? Is asking, what is your class schedule? Let's say it together. ¿Cuál es tu horario de clases? To answer this question, you need to tell the time when you take each classes. So, let's assume that this is your schedule for Monday, lunes. You can say, for example, tengo matemáticas a las 9. I have math at 9. To tell the time of your classes, you're going to use the phrase a las with numbers greater than 1. Tengo matemáticas a las 9. At 9. However, if your math classes move to 1:15, for example, then you would say, tengo matemáticas a la 1:15. Use a la for times started with 1 and read the colon in the time as y. Now, say it with me. Tengo matemáticas a la 1:15. Now, let's see what else we can say about this schedule. Tengo cívica a las 10:30. We say a las with numbers greater than 1 because they express a plural quantity. Also, to express the half hour, we can say the number 30, 30, or the word half, media. This one is actually the most common. So, you can say 10:30 or 10:30. Repeat this after me. Tengo cívica a las 10:30. Now, what would you say about biología? Tengo biología a las 11:45. Say with me. Tengo biología a las 11:45. But you also need a break to stretch. Rest your eyes and clear your head. So you say, tengo un descanso a las 12:15. To express a quarter past the hour, we can say the number 15, 15, or the word quarter, cuarto. This one is actually the most common. So you can say 12:15 or 12:15. I'll say it and then you say it after me. Tengo un descanso a las 12:15. Good. Let's do one more. What would you say about historia? Tengo historia a las 2. Say it with me. Tengo historia a las 2. Wonderful! Excellent job! Digital high five in slow motion. Now, let's take a quick look back at the interesting things that we learned today. We learned how to name and describe the subjects that you're learning. Also, how to talk about your schedule using the time. You keep getting better and better at every class. I'm so excited for you. Just remember, the more you practice, the better you get at speaking Spanish. Until then, I'll see you next class. Ciao! Nos vemos!